if this is not their ministry, there's another ministry that's lacking because they're so focused on, no, I want to be on the worship team. I want to be on the worship team, where maybe they're incredible with discipleship or prayer or children's ministry. And children's ministry is lacking because they want to be on the worship team.
Yeah. So you're saying let's find our ministry, let's find our gifting. And when it comes to, especially church plants, smaller churches, the worship person needs to have some level of competency.
Well, yeah, I mean, you need to be able to carry a tune and play through a song, like very simple things. When I started out, I was not that great. I would speed up because I'd be so nervous, and I only played piano, and I would listen back to those recordings, and I'm like, man, I am double the time by the end because I was so nervous, and I only knew a few chords.
Do you still lead, Bill? Do you still lead?
Occasionally I do.
Okay. Yeah, you played last night. Beautiful. Still got it.
Oh, thanks.
Still got it.
That was fun to sing together. That was a blast.
Yeah,
he's really good.
That was good
But
stuff.
I think skill is, I mean, people need to be able to, it's more of a distraction if somebody's up there and it's not good.
That's a good point. It's like, I led worship the other day.
When I was
we have church on the beach every Thursday, and Shannon was out touring or whatever she was doing,
playing around.
On
No, I have a question about that though. So when you are leading worship, you can lead worship when it's necessary, but is there the same ease in
I was
that
actually asking the question of what's the baseline kind of for myself, like for my own nose. Should it have been done or
Am
no?
I at the baseline? I reached the foundation?
Was this acceptable?
I think there's a lot of
My
people
wife
that
says it was good.
Oh, there you go. Lynn tells the truth.
She does, actually.
She does.
I think there's a lot of people that count themselves out because we're so inundated with incredible streams of incredible musicians, whether it's Bethel, Elevation, Maverick City, and you see these lights and bells and whistles and everything, and that's what we've got to have. And I think I think sometimes that gets in the way itself, the overproduction of it. So where people are there for the spectacle, it's more like attending a concert. And you can attend, like I mentioned James Taylor. I could attend a James Taylor concert. I never have of all those I've been to, but I could sing along. I could sing along with all of his words, unless he's done something new. But I think there are people that count count themselves out because they feel I'm not that.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody that can
shred. Or church planners
that
leaders that count out someone who can actually do it, can get the job done because they're not.
That's right.
Someone
incredible.
That's going to be able to. They're not. Trying to think of a worship leader. Cody Carnes, who's
sure, Carrie Job.
Carrie Job.
That's who you were thinking of. Yeah. No, I think it's a matter of that person feeling comfortable. Like if I'm bringing somebody on the worship team, I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel loved in the sense that I'm not going to put them up there when they're not ready. It's not loving to put them up there, and it's not loving to the church because it's just as distracting if somebody's like head down, like, oh man, I hope
mumbling,
I do a good job. As opposed to like if they are singing off key, I feel like that's just as distracting because now people are focused on that person. Like, oh gosh, I hope they're okay.
Let's go back to that point of, because I'm not like these big bands and this big production. I mean, I love our church, and we've got Shannon in before Shannon, my brother. He's a very good worship leader and worship pastor. But there are people that come in that are kind of like, we don't have the full band, we don't have the stage lights, we don't have the fog machine going with the lasers in your eyes. I went to a worship event one time. It was good. I worshipped.
Right.
And but the lasers shot. I thought I was going to lose my vision because they were shooting me in the eyes with the lasers. So, but anyway, you get to that, and it's kind of like how do you feel about this, Pastor Bill? Like that mentality that since we're not, Hillsong or Bethel or Elevation or any of these other, Maverick City, can anybody play like that? Maverick City, those songs are just so complicated, I feel like.
You can play them.
Can.
There's some that are kicked out.
The rest of us can't.
There are some songs you cannot play unless you have a full band. I stand by that. There are some songs that's just like, we're not even going to try that one.
I think someone needs to hear that out there in the podcast world. Don't try to play those songs if you're just a guy on a guitar.
Like, I think some songs you can definitely...
Do you have an example? Can you think of one?
I'm trying to think of one. There's a song by... I don't know if it's Maverick. I don't know who it is. I can't think of it right now. But it's called Freedom is Coming. And it is like a choir, full band. Like, it's an awesome song. And I practiced it in my living room, and I was all,
Nope.
we're going to need like the full band for this one,
Yeah.
But I think Brian asked you a question.
Yeah, about the whole big worship kind of expectation for churches, and the feeling of small churches and church plants that they have to have a certain level of this big production type thing, or else it's not significant. And so it's almost like they give up. They don't. On the one side, it's like, we don't have a worship leader, so maybe you shouldn't get going right away. But on the other side, here's someone who can play the guitar, they can sing mostly in key, they can play the chords mostly on time, and we can sing along to, but they're not given a chance, they're not given a shot because they're not these guys.
Yeah, they're not the A-team. That's been an ongoing question in my own heart. How have we overdone the production on a typical Sunday morning or church gathering that has drawn more of an attention to, and you see in some of those videos, because there's the internet is full of those sensational moments, that you see the crowd down in what would in a secular concert would be in the mosh pit, and they're all up against the stage, and they're looking adoringly up at the band that's there. I just have a lingering question in my mind over that being healthy.
Yep.